everyone, I trust you're well and I hope you will enjoy the time with us today. For the kids up to grade 7, we have an exciting program. Please follow the link in the description below. The high school teens have their own meeting at 10:30 using Zoom. For more information, contact Tracey. Her number is in the description below. Thank you for those who have responded on our request of medical masks. Here is an update from Ingrid.
Hi Liberty, I just want to say thank you very much for the masks. I know there are even more coming. These are all from Liberty. There are about 20 in each box and they're quite pretty little boxes that we've packed them in. And then we've also got a few kiddie masks and some extras here. And there's some that I gave out already last week. So Liberty has already given over 100 masks. So thank you very much. Bye.
We are happy to inform you that by the grace of God and thanks to your donations, we are able to assist in feeding the needy of our city by contributing to 3 charities: Love George, the 7 Passes Initiative, and Live Community Services. Today, we will see the answers of last week's question, followed by the message. But now, let us prepare our hearts for a time of worship.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken, and great are you, Lord. You give life, you give life. You are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken, and great are you, Lord. It's your breath sing, great are you, Lord. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing, great are you, Lord. Your breath, it's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, pour out our praise. Lord, your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. Your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you, only you, only you, only you, Lord, only you, only you, only you, only you.
I'll be excited when I see Jesus, and I will jump into his arms.
I'd be overwhelmed, speechless. I'd be in awe and filled with gratitude for what he's done for my life.
I would be filled with joy and awe.
I would be totally, completely at home.
I wouldn't want to leave.
I would weep at his feet with joy and kiss his hands lovingly.
As I walk into the door, I'd be filled with joy and peace.
The most ecstatic joy I could experience, looking into his eyes and seeing that love and acceptance, would just be amazing.
Face to face with Jesus, awed by his glory, and face down at his feet.
I would be awestruck with Jesus' amazing, incredible love for me.
Wonder and awe, and I'd be dizzy with happiness and very tranquil.
Being in the atmosphere of Jesus' home will give me such a new understanding of unconditional love.
It would feel amazing, but too nice to be possible.
He clothes us with his glory and his wonderful things, and that we can take into this world.
An overwhelming feeling of serenity, of protection, and of being safe.
I'd feel complete and lacking nothing, and leaving I would feel supernaturally energized.
I would feel happy, excited, and grateful.
Over the last 3 weeks, we have been focusing on the kingdom in our households. First John, then Basson covered aspects of the kingdom of heaven in our homes. Last Sunday, we asked what would it be like to be in a home where Jesus resides. We have just heard what you would remember, what you would be left with had you to visit Christ in his home. Today I want to mention a single quality of his home, something relevant to the entire household: mom and dad, siblings, uncles and aunties, grandparents. I love the accounts of Jesus' life, how he welcomed children on one hand, and on the other, how he calmed the storm. Think about how he reached out to lepers, touching the untouchable, reaching out to the unclean, the unworthy. Jesus went on and on reaching people of great diversity. He welcomed a tax collector, a total reject of the Jewish society of that time. He received women of shameful past. One of his followers was a political activist. He noticed a man of short stature surrounded by tall people. He conversed with Nicodemus, considered the teacher of all teachers in Israel, in the middle of the night, not to expose him. The list goes on and on and on. So, when I consider Jesus' ways and words, when I imagine his household and what it would be like to be there, I'm left with one prominent quality: closeness. Being in Jesus' presence made everyone feel connected, close to him. That is the only reason why sinners felt comfortable with him in their fallen state. They consider it possible to be close to him, to be included. A kingdom household is home to closeness, to human intimacy. To spell this concept out, let us consider an encounter Jesus had. We found this account in John 4, where the beloved disciple described the encounter with the Samaritan woman. To put this meeting in perspective, let me mention the following. Jesus is a teacher, a rabbi. He has a following, he's respected, and he's a man. Man considered woman in that time of lower class. He's Jewish, and Jewish people despised Samaritan. They considered them inferior. The Samaritan woman, on the other hand, is disdained in her own environment because she is a scandalous woman, an outcast in a very village. The two couldn't be more at opposite sides of society. Much can be said about this encounter, but I only want to highlight three aspects in an attempt to give us some practical handles on closeness. Number one, soon a Samaritan woman came to draw water, and Jesus said to her, "Please give me a drink." The woman was surprised, for Jews refused to have anything to do with Samaritans. She said to Jesus, "You're a Jew and I'm a Samaritan woman. Why are you asking me for a drink?" Closeness, intimacy, on whichever level, is a choice. Jesus had to intentionally start the conversation. In our Greek-Roman shaped world, we tend to believe that intimacy or closeness is a feeling, is the outcome of chemistry, is the natural consequence of compatibility and common interest. That is not a biblical truth. Closeness is not a feeling, it's a choice. It's a choice that goes far beyond hunch. Movies and romantic literature have reinforced the concept that closeness equates to chemistry. Love is not a feeling, it's a choice, and whether it's your spouse, your son, your grandson, your uncle, your neighbor, your teacher, your pupil, to become close to him or her requires a choice, an act of the will. Number two, you are right. You don't have a husband, for you have 5 husbands and you aren't even married to the man you are living with now. You certainly spoke the truth. In the conversation, Jesus quickly and lovingly brings the exchange to an uncomfortable state. He's not trying to undermine the woman. He's not trying to judge her. He's trying to connect on a deeper level by revealing things that only she knows. That is uncomfortable, unpractical, inconvenient. So closeness is initially uncomfortable, unpractical, inconvenient. That is why we struggle to grow close. The idea that closeness, depth, just happens naturally without any discomfort of sorts is totally unreal. Real closeness at first is often uncomfortable, unpractical, inconvenient. That is the price we need to pay to become close. We have to push through the discomfort. We have to persevere through the abrasiveness of the unpractical. And that is not possible if we believe the tale that closeness is a feeling. Number 3, the woman said, I know the Messiah is coming, the one who is called Christ. When he comes, he will explain everything to us. Then Jesus told her, I am the Messiah. Closeness is not possible without revealing. In Jesus' conversation, first there is the revealing of the woman's condition by Jesus and by her own admission, but then Jesus reveals something big about himself. That is the most spectacular part of the story. We have Jesus, the eternal Son of the living God, the agent of creation by whom and through whom and for whom all things were and are created, that reveals for the first time in the account of John, by his own admission, that he is the Messiah. This is huge. I am, he says, the Creator revealing who he is to one of his creatures that is most forgotten, despised, outcasted by society. That is glorious. Jesus makes himself vulnerable by revealing who he really is. Just earlier, in the account of John, he says to his mom that the time had not yet come for him to be revealed. But here, to a stranger, forgotten, scorned woman, he admits that he is the Messiah. In our media-driven society, this is a very difficult thing to do. We only publish what we are comfortable with. We never reveal the whole deal. Without an act of revealing, closeness is not possible. Closeness is not possible without a disarming. I love this word. It implies removing your weaponry, your defense mechanisms. Disarming is the word I love. It implies vulnerability, like asking forgiveness or dispensing forgiveness. Closeness is not possible without an act of revealing. Sharing out of my personal life and using my own relationship with Manda as an example. Twice in our marriage, our closeness has been profoundly challenged. It would have been much more practical to forget about closeness and find a practical arrangement that would work for us. I would love to tell you how we overcame that, but that's a story for another time. The point is, we found ways through the discomfort, the inconvenient, the unpractical, so that our marriage wouldn't become merely a practical arrangement, but a poem of closeness. Closeness is one of the greatest gifts we humans share, a gift of the Father to his cherished creation. Without it, we are less human. Christ showed us the way. During this unusual time, you have the perfect opportunity of practicing this, of overcoming the divides in your household. In this hour, don't miss the opportunity to grow close to the people you have right there, right close to you, right within your arm's reach. Isn't it ironic that you might be feeling the need for human closeness when you have people so close to you? Rather than getting hanged up about the friends, the relatives that are not with you and that are not enriched, celebrate the ones you have close to you now. You may say, but I'm all alone. Then your reach is even wider. You have no limits. Closeness is possible in so many ways. You don't need to be physically with someone to be close to them. Christ showed us the way. In his home, in the kingdom home, closeness is the ever-present climate. The Samaritan woman progressed from the initial hostility towards Christ to enthusiasm about him. She ran announcing him to her own town. That is the miracle of closeness, the transitioning from hostility to warmth. Choose closeness beyond the initial inconvenience, embracing its unavoidable revealing. Choose closeness. Father, I commit us, those who are listening to me today, myself to you in the pursuit of closeness, the gift you've given us. Something that displays your love, your care, your kindness like nothing else. Thank you that you showed us the way, and we can choose to be close. We can choose human intimacy in all its many shades, in all its many relations. Father, I ask right now that you would help us all to pursue this. Give us creative ideas, give us fresh insight, and most of all, help us. Father, I pray that we will have a willingness to do this, that we will choose to grow close to others. Amen.